Last week, we, the Fourth Heritage Initiative, released our first collaborative paper, which we called Fourth Heritage Attention is All You Need. And I'm so happy with the feedback and the reception that the paper has gotten. This is our first paper as a mindset change organization. We've set ourselves a very ambitious target of being the foremost mindset transformation organization in Africa, and slowly we are getting there. So about that paper, I was so relieved to see that other people, specifically the newspaper editors, have started seeing what we saw and what we are trying to preach in this paper, which is really our problem as Africans, tropical Africans, is a mindset problem. It's not politics, it's not poverty, it's not racism. It's just how can we individually and collectively change our mindsets. So today I just want to go over some of the press write-ups that different newspapers and online outlets have written about Fourth Heritage Attention is All You Need, the paper we published last week. We submitted a press release to different news outlets, and 9 of them actually ended up either downloading the paper or just consuming the press release and decided to write very terrific verdict about our work. So the first paper I would like to point out is a Uganda daily called Monitor, which had a headline, Mindset, Not Just Politics. Scholars spark new debate on African identity. I was very happy with such a title. And when you read the details of that piece, these editors at the national paper opened their eyes to see that this argument that many of us are spending a lot of time debating politics and economics and all those things, but all those things are downstream from the way our minds are structured. So you can read the paper online. The article is still there. The second paper was also a Ugandan weekly. I think it's a weekly newspaper called The Observer, and they had a headline, Ugandan researchers challenge how Africans think. Bingo. That was our work. That's our target. This is what we wanted to do. We just want to spark and challenge the way people think. So we've said our paper is not doctrine. It's just a very first principles way of us looking at ourselves as Fourth Heritage Initiative people, how we have changed, how we have worked on our mindsets, and we are trying to say the whole collective, the whole society, if you get these insights, it's all about how we manage and change our mindsets. The third paper was called Daily Star, and they ran a headline, Fourth Heritage Initiative recasts Africa's development challenge as a question of the mind. I was like, all right, good. These folks, these editors were able to read our press release, and I think they also read the 13-page paper, and they were able to make this verdict that, we at the Fourth Heritage Initiative are recasting Africa's development challenge as a question of the mind. And we have a paper to show for it, we have books, and we have many other things planned just to keep pressing this point. As tropical Africans, we were colonized, conquered, whatever, but at some point we need to realize we cannot keep blaming, we cannot keep looking outwards to why things are not working. Let us look inwards, and we have frameworks, we now have the knowledge, we have insights on how we can right our minds, our mindsets, such that we can work anywhere in Africa or outside Africa to develop ourselves. The fourth headline I would like to end with, maybe it's my favorite. It is from an online paper called The Standard. It said, Ugandan thinkers launch new framework to rewire the African mind. Yes, that's what we are doing. The Fourth Heritage Initiative has this ambition through writings and through conversations. We want to rewire our minds. And so, if you haven't, please check out this paper we just released, Fourth Heritage Attention. It's at our website, fourthheritage.com. Right at the top, click, download, read it. It will take you about 20-30 minutes, and engage. Let us know what you think. Is it true that we are challenging and we are pushing the envelope to say, let us rejig the way we think, and that is the key to our development. What we try to do in this paper is really extend some of the historical thinkers from the African ancestry, whether on the continent or outside, some of the historical figures who back in the 40s, 50s realized that there is a problem with the mind architecture of our people, because we were colonized, we were conquered, and there's a lot of trauma, and many of us back then and up to now have internalized negativity, have internalized the traumas, and we think or we identify with these bad things. And some of the historical writers, such as Frantz Fanon, was able, he was a psychiatrist, he was able to medically diagnose that as colonized people, we have internalized the inferiority complex. This was in the 1940s, 50s, and as a medical doctor, he was trying to argue, besides the revolutionary stuff he did, which was armed struggle against the imperial powers, he was trying to say psychologically, psychoanalytically, we need to realize that we have internalized an inferiority complex, because our languages, our everything has been discredited, discredited. And so how do we overcome that inferiority complex? And he also talked about the idea of our minds. We put on white masks even if we have black skins, and there is that challenge of us wanting to be that which we are not. So it's a psychological problem, a psychological illness. The other historical person was Steve Biko. This was the South African freedom fighter who in the 80s was eloquent in his writings, and he's most famous by stating that the most powerful weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. He was alluding to the same thing. Our mind architecture is messed up, and that's why we were easily colonized, and we are easily manipulated post-independence. And his view was, before political liberation, we must have psychological liberation, we must have mental liberation. Has that happened? The verdict is out there. But as you are debating that issue, we at the Fourth Heritage Initiative have taken it upon ourselves to develop a framework that we think can help young people to liberate their mindsets. You can liberate your mindset by how you go about retraining your attention. That's what this paper is about. How much attention do you pay to the negativity in history? How much attention do you pay to the limitations within your tribal heritage? How much attention do you pay to the suppositions by colonial powers? It's all about the attention and the focus and the value you give to these things. And we are arguing that you should put more value in the way you judge these things, not per se in what they do or say or prescribe, but in how you judge them. And we give a framework in how you can go about that. If you have not read the paper, Fourth Heritage Attention is All You Need, please check out our website, fourthheritage.com, download it, and engage with us either on YouTube, on the website, or the email on our website. Thank you very much, and see you next time.